thanks for being on State of the Union.
Thank you for having me.
Just in the last week or so, what's flared up in Baltimore has heightened awareness once again of this issue of police brutality.
Yes.
In Baltimore, alleged police brutality. Do you think there's an epidemic of police brutality happening in this country right now?
Well, I think for too long, the criminal justice system, implemented by the police, but not solely run by the police, has treated black people as though our lives are not as valuable, as though we're enemies in our communities rather than community members. And we need our police to look at us as community members that they care about and want to keep safe and healthy, and treat us with the same fairness they would treat any other person. And far too often, that hasn't been the case. And that's why you see so many people walking around with signs that Black Lives Matter. And the reason we have to be specific and say Black Lives Matter is because so many forces in American life are telling us that our lives don't matter, that our lives are expendable, that when we are killed, when we're unarmed, that we can't get justice for that. When we are the perpetrators of crime, even though it's the same crime as someone else, we get longer sentences or we get treated worse by the criminal justice system.
And do you think that we're just seeing a greater number of these types of cases right now, or is it
I honestly
because
think it's just because
awareness?
I think there's more awareness. I think there's more technology that allows us to have transparency. But I think this has been happening.
Cell phone cameras.
Yeah, cell phone cameras, and I think it's in some ways it's a good thing, but in other ways it's almost like it's numbing the extent to which we're seeing it, because we're seeing something new almost every other day.
The case down in South Carolina.
Yeah,
where a
South
man
Carolina,
is
we're seeing it in Baltimore, we're seeing it all over the country. It's almost to the point where it seems so commonplace that I don't want us to get too used to it. We still need to be outraged about these things.
Yeah, and I'm just curious, we have not heard from President Obama on this situation in Baltimore and on the situation in South Carolina for the last couple of weeks. He hasn't commented on it. He has a lot on his plate,
Sure.
obviously. He's working on a lot of different issues.
Sure.
You've been a big supporter of his
Yes.
over the years. Do you think he's said enough on this?
I think there's more to be said, but I also think it's not as important that he comments on every case. It's important that we reform the system on the federal level, on the state and local level as well. And it's not just about these killings, which are very important and a huge concern in the community, but it's also about what I've been talking about for a bit in the past couple of weeks is mass incarceration and the overall way that the criminal justice system treats particularly black and brown communities, poor communities. We are the most incarcerated nation in the world, and we've gotten there through a set of policies that have been in existence over the last 40 years. We have to have more than just press conferences. We need to have real changes in policies.